Hi, so I'm delighted to have my first guest in the show for Wish You Knew Then What I Know Now. Mark, thank you so much for being my first guest / victim.
No problem, Mark.
Really appreciate it. Mark's going to give a bit of an overview about his background to date, his history, his journey. He's going to give some tips along the way. He's going to give a very comprehensive overview about Agile, his passion for culture, making it actually right, how he scaled companies, his experience with offshore development, and also design thinking and his experience with that. And later on, Mark's going to give us an overview about the future of IT. I'm going to ask him some questions about IoT and artificial intelligence. Didn't necessarily tell you about those questions, Mark. But then at the end, he's going to speak about what he wished he knew then that he knows now. And the goal being that we can share some of his learns along the way for you guys coming forward in the future. So, Mark, if you wouldn't mind just giving us a bit of an overview about your journey so far to date and how we're sitting here.
Okay, so my background really is I did a degree in computer science way back over 20 years now.
Jesus, 20 years, it's crazy.
And I've worked in various startup companies, in Ireland and in consultancy roles. In the last 10, 11 years, mainly in product development with some multinational companies. So I think, obviously coming to SAP in the last 5 years, I mean, that's where I am at the moment, and I've been head of the user experience and design development team here in Ireland. So that's really been a fabulous journey for me. If
you were looking back, what advice would you give yourself now before you joined SAP from your previous companies?
That's interesting. From the start, I guess, I had a very open mind about being part of, companies and focusing on the customer and making sure that, we whether it was in consultancies and the startup, was making sure that the customer was happy and always keeping the customer at the center of everything we did. And I think that's kind of been a passion throughout my career, and also my passion then for, great technologies and you mentioned agile and design thinking, innovative ways that, you can bring more agility to a company and how you bring creativity and combine that together to generate innovations within companies and for our customers. I think, it's been part of my passion, I guess, throughout my career to bring that with me, and always be, challenging oneself to be, continuously learning and and seeking, being curious about technology, being curious about how you can deliver things in a more productive and more efficient way. I guess certainly going from a startup company to a large enterprise, a very successful large enterprise, was a different sort of challenge. And I felt that after the years of working in smaller companies, I needed to challenge myself. Could I do this at scale? And I saw that SAP at the time, for many years was looking to, change the way it innovated, become more agile. It was a exciting time for the technology, with the advent of, smartphones, and everybody was mobile, and, the cloud had, was early adopting in a lot of companies. So SAP saw, that it needed to change how it engaged with its customer, how it innovated for its customers, and working with their customers, and how we delivered software. So, if you look at 10, 15 years ago, it was okay to deliver software on a yearly basis, yearly cycle. But once you move, towards the cloud, people wanted change, they wanted features, they wanted value in a shorter period of time. So, one of our big ambitions here was to reduce that life cycle from, yearly development life cycles to quarterly and then monthly.